everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to Lunch Break with ATI. My name is Cindy Collins. I'm one of the co-founders of Actors Theater of Indiana, the resident professional theater company at the Center for the Performing Arts in Carmel, Indiana, USA. And for the past few weeks, the guests on the podcast have been good friends with Scott Osborne. They either went to high school with Scott or grew up with Scott, and they're all entrepreneurs. So it was Scott's brainchild that he should have each one of his friends on here, and I've enjoyed it very much. Everybody's very interesting. And this week is another one of his chums, but Trey Roob.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Trey.
Hi, I'm Trey.
Trey.
Hello, I'm Trey. You didn't bring your name tag. So, but Trey really goes back with Scott. Some of the other gentlemen I have had, and we have had on here, went to high school with Scott and knew him since high school. But you have known Scott how long?
Probably since second grade, I would say.
Second grade.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a friendship, let me tell you, because that's pretty rare. You know what I mean?
These days.
Yeah, it is, right? And so they've been friends since second grade. You guys kind of grew up together. But
yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you, Trey Roob. You grew up here. You're from here.
That's right, yep.
But,
Indianapolis.
But you're living in Chi-Town now. You're up in Chicago.
Yeah.
And what do you do up there now? What is your, the passion you went into? You know what I mean?
Sure.
And what led you up to Chicago?
Yeah, sure. So, grew up here in Indianapolis and kind of went to school at Purdue, and after I graduated, ended up kind of traveling all around the country. I lived in Providence for a bit. I lived in Washington. I've lived in Colorado for a while, and ultimately decided to move back to Chicago, be in the Midwest. Kind of wanted to be closer to family, but in a little bit larger market than Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Just had some friends up there, had some family up there. Kind of wanted to be in a new city, but still be close enough to family that I could come visit them and whatnot.
Your parents still here?
Yeah. My parents are still here, so
yeah, I get it.
Just moved to Chicago, and had some family that gave me a place I could stay for a bit until I got my feet on the ground, and then got into. I was in sales pretty much, from college afterwards, and got in like construction sales. And then like architectural consulting from there. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. Chicago's just like a natural city for architects, and a lot of good stuff there.
It's a neat city.
Yeah.
I've always liked Chicago. But you own property up there.
I do, yeah.
So you are a landlord in a way.
I am indeed.
That name gets a bad rap.
Landlord.
It does. But you own real estate up there. You own a building.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's just small residential building, but has a couple different units in there. So I live in one, and then rent the other units out to families that are in the area. So
how big are the units?
They're about like 1,100 square feet each. So one bathroom, two beds situation. So you could have a small family in there.
What made you buy a building? Did you? I know real estate is good. I mean, real estate investment is always good. Mm-hmm. It depends where. Yeah. Like the location.
Definitely.
Right. Was it an area that was up and coming, or was it already pretty nice?
Yeah, I would say it's already in a developed area. It's pretty much fully maxed out. It's a pretty historic neighborhood, so it goes back like 100 years of being fairly affluent, having good schools, and believe that will continue into the future. Really see the stock is high, and it should continue to be high. So I didn't really buy in a distressed area and then go for that. Usually my strategy is to buy like not really investment properties, but buy more like residential properties. Okay. And then you can it's a difference from like the bank's perspective. If you buy a house and you're not living in it, it's like harder to secure than if you buy a house and you are living in it.
And you live in it.
Because it's secured by like, you don't want to be on the street, so like you're going to keep paying your mortgage.
Right.
Versus if it's just investment property, you stop paying the mortgage, you lose the property, like, Yeah, sure, it sucks, but it doesn't really influence your life that much.
How was the
so.
building when you bought it? Was it in good shape? What'd you have to do with it?
It was in okay shape. Like the bones are good, but it's a 120-year-old building, so
That's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, it's
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, the inside is gorgeous. I mean, it's got
Yeah.
original woodwork,
Yeah, I love
original
that.
fixtures, original
Oh.
tile. It's great, but yeah, I mean, some of the exterior stucco and the wood and the windows and the piping and the electrical, right? It's fallen down, or right now I'm in the middle of a very expensive like dewatering project in the basement, like the foundation's cracked and all this other stuff, and I mean, it just so you run into a lot of costs with the old house, and I'm kind of like definitely waiting a little bit to buy. Like, I'd like to buy another one maybe in the future, but I just need to wait a little bit and like build up my war chest a little bit, because it's just so many unexpected
Would you keep
things.
this one and buy more?
Yeah, that would be the
Okay.
plan. Yeah, I put so much into this one.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I feel I just put solar on it, so that was big
yeah.
selling point for the tenants as well. I got green power.
Absolutely.
As well as just the right thing to do, really. I mean,
Well, with the old buildings, the electric and the pipe. I mean,
Yeah.
that is the stuff that goes.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, that goes, and it has to be. And also, that's the structure. It's so important. Like you said, the water, because water damage can really.
Can just check it right out.
Oh my gosh, be terrible. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I mean, you bought your own building.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like actually, I mean, buying a house and renting out, but this is my God, a building with units. I mean, I think that's pretty impressive. But you still are doing architectural advising and all that,
Yeah, that's right.
right?
Architectural consulting.
Yeah, consulting. And did you go to Purdue for that? For architecture or for engineering?
Yeah, so I actually went to Purdue for mechanical engineering.
Yeah.
And went with that. After college, I moved to Colorado. I was doing like sales engineering, where I was doing stuff for like aerospace, medical, kind of like custom product design for them. So
That's pretty cool.
working with working with the engineers, and then taking their parameters to our internal engineers, and kind of being that middleman between getting everything to move smoothly. But just architecture. I briefly did architecture as well when I graduated school. I was a developer. Or like an inspector tycoon. I don't know if you're
Right.
familiar with home inspection, but he's the guy who basically certifies all the home inspectors.
Yes,
So he created
yes.
this niche for himself,
Yes.
super lucrative, and he wanted a house custom built for himself. And he was looking for, I guess, someone to just design it for him, to
can inspect
personally
it
work for him.
himself.
Yeah, he could, but he wanted like someone to personally work for him in his office,
Right.
just designing his house. And that's how I got my start in architecture. I found him on ZipRecruiter, and I don't know why he wanted to hire me, but
That sounds
did,
well.
yeah.
I think that the first thing,
Kinda
it sounds
stumbled in.
super interesting. Number one, I mean, you're designing this home. I mean, that's pretty cool, and it sounds like you had your hands in a few different things within that. You know what I mean? Within architecture, you have your hands in a few different things, so it's more more knowledge. The more knowledge you have, the more, I think, the more knowledge, the more you're going to work.
that's true.
The more knowledge you have about all kinds of things, the more you're going to work, because you're broadening your brain. Number one,
That's right.
broadening your knowledge. Now you were in Providence, Rhode Island too.
Yeah.
Were you doing the same kind of thing there? I love Providence.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, I think
Beautiful city.
It's such a pretty city, and
Yeah.
I'm from the East, so I like it there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, super historic town. Love
Yeah.
love RISD there, the Rhode Island School of Design. It's beautiful to see. But
Yeah.
there I was working at like a manufacturing facility. They're doing machining of precision metal parts for aerospace and defense, and it was just kind of building like and programming like inspection robots for them to like make sure that their parts were made correctly.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of.
So what you're doing now, are you the happiest right now with what you're doing now? What's your or
definitely.
what's your like on the horizon? Like, would you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you like this, what you're doing now. What is your, say, the dream job?
Sure.
You know?
Sure. Yeah, no, I would say now is probably the best job that I've had so far, and really I'm looking to keep doubling down on it. Like I'm studying right now for the professional engineering exam specific to fire protection. So it's like this big old book, like literally this thick, like 1,500 pages, like more stuff than the Bible in it, like just so dense of information. Like it's gonna literally take probably, I mean it's probably got 4 years worth of college material in it, and it's kind of you've got to take a test on it. So I'm studying for that. I would like to get my fire protection professional engineering license, and then I don't really know, where I would go from there. I'm sure I could get, some sort of raise, promotion in my current role, or potentially, you could maybe start your own firm if you had the PE, but that's just not exactly on the horizon, but that's definitely the next step in my career is continuing
like you
along.
Say, you're continuing knowledge. You're expanding your knowledge.
Exactly.
So smart. I mean, you know what I mean? You're not just like, oh, this is okay. I'm good.
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah. I want to get the next level.
You get stagnant.
Exactly.
I think people get stagnant that way, So kudos to you. So let's go back. You grew up here.
That's right.
You met Scott in second grade. Did you guys swim together?
Yeah. I think that's how we first met. Just at, I think, like a local, I was looking to change schools in like first grade, and we're looking for a place to swim because we lived on a lake. My parents thought it was important to know how to swim, whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, if I fell in,
exactly.
If I fell in, they didn't want
That's a
anything
good
to
idea.
happen. Yeah, and I think I tried one team out. I don't know if it really worked quite well, or I didn't make the team or something. I guess you had to have tryouts for like a second grader. It seems like a little too intense.
Isn't that weird? Second grade,
I didn't make the swim team. I think I remember that, and I tried out for this other swim team that Scott was on. I think his mom was involved, maybe the coach.
Yeah, she's coached for years.
So through the connections between, I think, the school and whatnot, I was able to get onto the swim team. That's how I met Scott.
With Scotty.
Through not getting in that first swim team. So
you guys. There was the connection because I know you didn't go to the same schools.
We did go to the same school.
Did you?
Yeah, starting in second grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then split.
So second grade to
you were in high school with him.
8th grade. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to different high school.
So it was kind of like that into junior high, what I call or middle school.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, and then you split off. But how long did but really was the connection swimming? Did you guys swim together a long time?
Yeah, definitely.
But then you just became buddies.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, we were swimming. I think we were always close in swimming, and then in high school, kind of went different directions a little bit. But
But still friends. I mean, that's awesome.
And then college, I think, came back together, and started kind of went our separate ways. Different high schools, different colleges, right? But kind of coming back. To the city, good to see him more. So.
Yeah. So now your parents are still here.
Yeah,
right. You have siblings.
That I do.
Yeah. And what's your parents do? I mean, how'd you grow up?
Yeah. So my dad, he's worked in government for a lot of his career. He was running like the bunch of different agencies, like the water company, Department of Transportation, Social Security Administration, or Family Social Services Agency.
Okay.
A bunch of different stuff. Now he's kind of doing like government healthcare consulting, so like trying to help. Honestly, I don't want to get too into detail. It's like pretty niche what he does, but it's like government healthcare consulting. My mom, she's like a painter, artist, reporter. So she's
got the artsy side.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's where you get your artsy, your draw, for the drawing and the architecture.
That's right.
And so obviously, I mean, how much did that influence you? Oh, really? I mean, you're always influenced, whether, actually, quite frankly, whether you want to be or not.
Right.
Your parents influence you.
Definitely.
And obviously, you got that artistic side from your mother, with architecture and drawing, I mean, designing, and with your dad, I mean, was he like,
Yeah,
you're like, sure, okay, sure.
They are, yeah.
Whatever you say.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean?
Right.
So you get that work ethic, because you're no slouch, that's for sure.
I'll take
an entrepreneur, owning your own building, doing that, and plus doing what you do with architecture. I mean, growing up, what did you think? What did you think that what your dad did? Even though, like, sometimes you're like, what does your dad do? And you're like, oh, he goes to work and he comes home, and you don't always know that.
Yeah.
But your mother, being an artist, obviously, did she have a studio at home? Do her artwork at home?
Yeah, she would. No, I would say
she's surrounded by that. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, on my mom, definitely a lot of the art, get to go out do those activities with, or go outside and whatnot. I would say for my dad, like a lot of influence from like trying to understand like history. That's like was really his passion, like reading. And he also had a really big focus on like math. Like growing up, he would always say like he didn't even care about like any of the grades in any of the classes except for math. Like I had to get an A in math, and I could get Fs and everything else. It didn't really, not that I was, but like
No, I can't imagine.
It wasn't important. Math was the only one that was like really looked at, and it was. I mean, I didn't really understand it. You just got to work at it, and. But yeah, that was like always the number one thing from him, and
that's
probably
cool.
influenced going into engineering. And like, I guess his point was just like, if you can do math, like someone will pay you to do math. So just learn how to do that, and you'll be fine.
So but I like how you have both that. You know what I mean? Like you have the math because to be an engineer, you got to be good at math.
Right.
And all that you really have to know your numbers, right? And measurement. And then from your mom, I think that's a really cool combination. And obviously, that's kind of what you took from both of them, it sounds like, and of what you do, all the bits and pieces that you've done, you know what I mean?
Right.
Plus, you bought an old building.
Yep. It's a lot of...
You bought an old building, which, there's history there, So that was, from your father being so interested in history. Did you grow up in an old house?
No, we lived in a pretty, like, I think built 1987, like regular old suburban. Yeah. Which is kind of, I was a little bit wanting to get, driving down like Meridian Street here in Indianapolis, or Broad Ripple, you get to see all these beautiful old houses with all the beautiful trees, so dense and just like you feel so authentic. So I'd always really wanted, kind of something that was feeling similar to that.
Those houses are gorgeous. Yeah. Even over on Washington and Pennsylvania, those homes, if you're ever down in Indianapolis, God, they're stunning too. Oh, yeah. They're a little smaller, but they are, well, not the ones on Washington, they're big too. But God, they're just gorgeous. I like old. I like the old stuff.
Absolutely.
But okay, so now we have to talk about, which is really important, but I find it pretty cool, your glasses.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so these glasses.
The only other person who's interested in these other than my optician. So
because I love this stuff.
Good.
So they're, I love it. You had to find these frames.
Yes.
Yeah, tell me. They're a little vintage.
Yes, they are. They're 1982.
That's vintage now.
Yes.
By the way.
They are.
For all of you who are over 50, like me.
Yes.
Yeah.
1982 Cartier Vendome Santos style.
What?
So
they're really cool. They got this little thing on the side.
Yeah, they've got the Santos influence here. But I had to search around on eBay, try a couple different pairs on, try the one 5914. It was a little bit too small, this size. Felt right, but I tried the bigger size just to make sure, right? Because I'm buying them for hopefully, the long haul.
Yeah.
If my eyes change, I'll put new lenses in.
Right, and you had the lenses put in, of course, because these
Yeah.
were just the frames you bought.
That's right.
And also these frames, not these glasses, but the frames are the
Yes, they're seen. You can see them on Christopher Walken in A View to a Kill, the James Bond film. So
again, not the ones he bought.
No,
the
unfortunately,
style.
yeah,
the style.
I couldn't afford the actual warm ones from the movie.
I think they're super cool. Are these the only glasses you have with the tint, or do you switch out your glasses? Are you switching? Are you know what I mean? Like some people.
That's a good question.
Switch their glasses. They switch their frames. Now people have those clip-on frames. So you can switch the colors.
Now these are my go-to.
Yeah.
I just had another pair that the coatings they had some issue in it and it cracked. Those are sort of Versace glasses that I'll probably have.
These are some very posh names you have.
Yes, designer glasses.
Yes.
Yeah. Most glasses are. If you're gonna spend, $300 to $400 on lenses, right?
Lord.
Well, that's
you
how
want
much
them to
lenses
last,
are, right?
and you want them to last.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So why are you spend? You drop some decent.
Yeah.
Money on quality frames and
because you wear glasses all the time.
I do, I have to.
So see, that's not just an accessory; it's a necessity.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So okay,
Man.
Trey Roob, you are a very interesting person.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. I love the shirt. You got the neck. What's the necklace? What is this? Tell me real quick.
Okay, so this is actually a Kaz Beck tile.
Okay.
I also use a glass artist. It's got this Millie tile that they kind of like fold with these glass rods, and they like take a slice out of it. So that's why you can see this like interesting pattern.
Yeah.
And then they've got like a dichroic glass like layered in behind. It's called like the Wonka Stone by Kazbek. It's a glass blower.
Why? Because it's purple.
I don't know where you came up with the name.
I mean,
guess
because
it's
I can
purple.
only think of the
it's
name
like, yeah,
vibrant and
it's got-
purple.
exactly.
Because that was in the font.
That's
of the
where
movie, you know. I love it.
Yeah, thank
Look at you with your American flag and your eagle.
America.
Yes.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for being
you.
here. You're
Yeah,
a really
absolutely.
interesting guy.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thanks for driving. He drove all the way down from Chicago today to do this, but he's going to hang out with his buddy Scott. So it's totally not just for this.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'd be like,
exactly.
my gosh, 3
Exactly.
hours
Play
for the
play around
podcast.
play
but-
around to golf with the dad after. Too,
Oh,
so.
that's awesome. Are
Yeah.
you just here today?
Yeah, I'll probably head back. I'm deciding to. We'll see what time golf ends tonight.
Oh, it's going to be hot.
Yeah,
It's going to be a scorcher.
it will be.
But 18 holes?
Just 9 probably.
Yeah, it's a hot day. But you play golf?
Oh yeah, I can play okay.
Okay, that's cool.
Mhm.
Excellent.
Yeah, always tried just ever since.
Yeah.
I think my grandpa was big into it, so wanted to kind of get into it just to
Yeah.
be able to play with him, and now
Yeah.
it's something I get to do with my dad.
That's
so
nice.
It's fun. He
Yeah.
got more into it. Like, I don't know, he hadn't been into it for a long time, but
Mm-hmm.
as he's kind of moved in closer to retirement, he's like
Exactly.
spending all day at the, I think from 3 o'clock today to probably like 8 o'clock, he'll be at the club. So it's like good for him. Good place for him to be.
Good for him.
Exactly.
Like, good. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why not enjoy yourself.
Exactly.
You know.
That's the thing.
But thank you again, Trey Roob. He's up in Chi-Town and one of the entrepreneurs that we have had on for the past few weeks. Friend of Scott Osborne. Thank you, Scotty, for bringing in all your pals from your childhood and beyond. Cindy Collins, and this was Lunch Break with ATI. Thank you so much. I will be here. I'll be here next week, and we will have on another. I think next week is going to be. I've had on all these guys that are friends with Scott. I think next week we will have another female sitting next to me, so that'll be nice. Switch it up a little bit. But anyway, thanks so much, and we'll see you next week. Bye.